English muffin bread, perfect for toasting.
Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hello everyone. Starting off with a 1/4 cup of warm water in a bowl. That water is at 110 degrees Fahrenheit or so. To that we're going to add a tablespoon of honey or sugar. And please take a moment to give me a like for my vintage avocado green bowl and my orange measuring cups. Then we'll add in a tablespoon of instant active dry yeast. Give that a stir and just set that aside while we prepare the rest of the ingredients. That's 4½ cups of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and 2 teaspoons of salt. Now, I probably could have saved myself a bowl here by putting that yeast mixture in a big bowl to begin with, but I didn't, so transferring it into a large mixing bowl, and as you can see, it foamed up quite a bit. You're going to stir in 2¼ cups of milk that's been warmed to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 1:50 seconds in the microwave. And then I stirred in or whisked in 1 cup of flour, and then I continue to add flour a little at a time, stirring after each addition until I ended up with a batter that's really super sticky and kind of gloppy. I almost used the entire 4½ cups of flour. I used about 4 1/4 cups of flour. And what you're looking for is this kind of consistency, but it's going to be super sticky, and there's no way you're going to be able to knead this. It's very, very sticky, but that's how you want it to be. Then you're going to grease 2 loaf pans very well, and then sprinkle a little bit of cornmeal in the bottom because English muffins have cornmeal on them, so we want to try to make these look and taste like an English muffin. And then you're going to spoon that batter, or the dough if you want to call it that, into the loaf pans. And then I used to use a spoon just to try to level it out a little bit. Don't spend too much time doing this because it's going to level pretty much as it rises. But I just kind of tried to make sure it was even in the pans. And then you're going to let this rise at a warm place for about 35-40 minutes. Mine took about 20 because my kitchen was really warm that day. You want it to rise until it's even with the top of the pan or just slightly above. And before baking, you're going to sprinkle the tops of these with some additional yellow cornmeal. Then you're going to pop these in the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes, until it's golden brown on the top and the sides. I let them cool in a pan just a little bit, and then I pop them out and let them cool completely on wire racks. The tops of my bread kind of sunk a little bit. I'm not sure why. Could be that they had risen maybe a little bit too high in the pans to begin with. But as you can see in just a minute, they turned out pretty good nonetheless. So once these were cooled completely, then I'm going to show you what they look like inside. So here we go. First slice. And you can see the inside of this bread is full of holes, and those are perfect for an English muffin because all those little nooks and crannies will absorb all of that butter or whatever else kind of topping you're putting on your bread. One of my loaves had a section that had kind of cavity in the middle, but the rest of it was pretty good. Now look, just check out those nooks and crannies. This tastes just like an English muffin. It has the same texture, and it has that chewy kind of feel to them that really makes you feel like you're biting into an English muffin. And it toasts beautifully. This is really designed for toasting. It's awesome for breakfast and any kind of topping you want to put on top of it. Thanks for watching. I hope you try this one. I think you'll like it. Now this recipe was completely no knead, and I have another one on my channel that's also been very popular, and it's one that I make quite often, and these are no knead dinner rolls. These are super duper fluffy and just as easy to put together. Check it out.